Well, this is a skateboard. Well, it might be a little scary to ride, but you shouldn't be too worried. They're pretty much just big toys. They're kind of like bikes. Once you learn how to ride them, well, you really never forget. I'm Spencer Nuzzi, and I'm going to teach you how to ride a skateboard. No prior skate knowledge needed for today's lesson, so you can easily follow me along today, and we're just going to learn how to simply cruise. No tricks, nothing technical. That's what I like to do, is just cruise. Time to grab your board, and let's get started. First thing you want to do is get comfortable on your board. So you want to stand on it, and you want to be going the right way. And that's finding your stance. There aren't really rules to skateboarding, but there is kind of this one secret rule. It's called balance. And most people new to skateboarding, they lack balance. And they usually get on their skateboard and they kind of like, whoa, whoa, and they fall on their butt. And you know, we're not trying to do that here today. We're trying to get you sturdy on your board and ready to roll. So you know what you should do? The first place you should go to is the grass. Good places to get started are your bolts. You can have your back foot on your back bolts and your front foot on the front bolt. This isn't the best way to ride your skateboard, but I mean, it'll definitely get you there. Similar to driving, when you're just driving 10 and 2. I mean, it looks kind of dumb, you'll still get to where you're going. So you want to spend a couple minutes finding your balance, getting comfortable. You want to look like you're driving noon, just chilling and just, you know, not going anywhere in the grass like we are now. So if you want to start really rolling, it's time to bring this to the cement. Hopefully by now you've gained enough confidence in the grass and it's time to move on to the cement. And this is now the real deal, because we're going to be rolling. You're going to put your board down next to something pretty sturdy. Could be a pole, fence, gate, hippo, elephant. I don't even know what you want. Just something that's going to hold you. You're going to hold on to that. And just like in the grass, put your back foot on the back bolts. And before you put your front foot on the front bolts, make sure you're really holding on, because you're not trying to fall right now. Get that front foot on, and once you get that front foot on, find your center balance, bend your knees, get comfortable in your stance. You gotta look forward, because you're not gonna be going backwards. You're gonna hit the object, and you're not trying to do that. So before you do this, bend, and then push off and go. Whoa, we're picking up some speed right now. Probably a good time to teach you how to stop. Good simple way to do that is just put your back foot just on the ground, just like you're stepping off a curb. I mean, that's what I do.
Have I talked to you guys before?
No.
I'm just giving you a warning now. There's no skateboarding in the park, okay?
Okay. Yeah, sorry, yeah, we didn't know.
Okay.
Well, a cop just came and kicked us out, and if you're new to skateboarding, this just happens. So we're gonna have to relocate, and I'll catch up with you in a minute. So we just got to our new location. Hopefully this time we don't get kicked out. Like I was saying before we got rudely interrupted by that policeman, I was going over stopping. Take your foot off your board and slowly come to a stop. There are other ways of doing this. Another way is called toe drag, is when you put your back foot at the edge of the board, hang your toe off at the end, and just keep scraping the toe until you come to a full stop. The toe drag can be a little bit easier than taking your full foot off, because then your balance is still on your board, not completely on the ground. Another way to stop is the dreaded tail drag, which is when you lean back and you allow all the plies on your board to get shredded off. But to prevent that, you can use the evolved heel drag, which is pretty similar. It's another way of stopping, simply just because you're scraping your heel and not wasting away your board. And the last way you can do is just jump off, because I mean, that's the easiest thing, but just remember, maybe you need to tuck and roll though. Keep practicing rolling around, stopping and going, figure out which way it works right for you. And then once you start doing that, you probably want to learn how to turn, because otherwise you're going to keep going straight, and that's not going to get you too far. Easiest way how to turn on a skateboard is carving. Carving's pretty simple. There's only two ways to do it. Heel slide, toe slide. Not too hard. When you lean toe slide, you don't want to lean too far over, because otherwise then you're going to do some belly flop on the cement, which you're not trying to do. So you got to make sure you're leaning kind of back, not too forward, you know, keep your knees bent. When you lean in on your toe side, you're going to turn inward. And the opposite of that is leaning heel side, and that's when you spin outward. So you should try to find a nice flat surface with no incline and start rolling around. Lean on your heels, on your toes, get a feel of the inward and the outward turn. And if you want to turn even sharper, you can try tic-tacking. Tic-tacking is a faster way to redirect yourself versus carving. With tic-tacking, it's pretty simple. You put your back foot on the back of your tail, and you keep your front foot somewhat in the middle, and you're going to lean back on your board to gain a little bit of leverage, and you're going to want to point your front foot and your shoulders where you want to go. Pretty simple. So we're on to the last step, and you've made it pretty far, and so you want to keep moving, right? So you gotta learn how to push. Pushing isn't that hard, but you wanna make sure you're pushing right. And similar to stopping, pushing is pretty simple. You're gonna make sure you're balanced first before you do anything, because then you're gonna fall off. You're gonna take your back foot off, you're gonna move it up to about your front foot, you're gonna put it on the ground while keeping mainly your weight on your front foot. And remember that your back foot is your leverage, so you do wanna have some weight on it, but when you lift off your back foot after a couple pushes, when you're feeling comfortable and ready to be back on, transfer your weight from your front to your back, get centered, and keep rolling. Some of you might find it easier, or might just do it instinctively, to push with your front foot. And well, that's just not good. Unless you're just trying to be that kid at the skate park that just looks like. And you're not trying to do that. We call this Mongo pushing. And that's when you're pushing with the front foot. And that's a big no-no. Because first of all, you look just dumb doing it. And second of all, there's just no control. I mean, that's why you push with your back foot, because that's how you keep and maintain your control and your balance. Hopefully I taught you something about skateboarding today, because we went over standing, we went over carving, we went over stopping, and we went over pushing. So I swear the more you do it, the easier it will get. I should take my own advice and just keep doing it. But I don't know, ride to school, ride to your girl's house, ride to the beach. If you don't have the beach, ride to like the mall, ride to get ice cream. I don't know. The more you do it, just the easier it's gonna get. And if your mom tells you to wear a helmet, well, you probably should, because it's not my call. Next, you're gonna wanna grab your razor blade.
Pull the trigger.
Maybe you should pull the fucking trigger.
Pull the trigger. Nobody gonna do